More than 24 hours ago, Americans witnessed an unprecedented event, the live attempted assassination of a former president. This is the live video that has so many Americans shaken tonight, the moments former President Donald Trump and hundreds of his supporters realized bullets were flying at his rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. Thank you for sticking with us at 11. I'm Natisha Lance. Federal authorities are now investigating the attempt on Donald Trump's life. While we wait for more updates, we have team coverage of the aftermath tonight. This is a live look at the White House tonight, where just a few hours ago, the president gave remarks from the Oval Office. It was the president's third time speaking on the attempted assassination of former President Donald Trump. We begin our team coverage tonight from Washington, D.C. WBTV's chief investigative reporter Nick Oxner is live in the nation's capital tonight, breaking down the main points from the president's remarks.
Yeah, Natisha, as you just noted, this address tonight from the Oval Office is rare, just the third time in President Biden's term. He didn't speak for very long, only about 6 minutes, but he attempted to address and unite a country bitterly divided over party politics. Here are some of the key takeaways from his address this evening. Biden began his remarks by saying federal law enforcement is still searching for a motive behind the attack, but they did not have one yet. The president said he would continue holding events this week as Republicans gather at the RNC in Milwaukee, and Biden called on Americans to tone down political rhetoric that has heated up very hotly already in this presidential cycle.
There's no place in America for this kind of violence, or for any violence ever, period. No exceptions. We can't allow this violence to be normalized. The power to change America should always rest in the hands of the people, not in the hands of would-be assassins.
Now, earlier on Sunday, the federal officials responsible for investigating and responding to yesterday's shooting held a press conference, the Secret Service answering questions for the first time as federal officials responsible for securing the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee held a press conference. Here's some key takeaways from their message this evening. Here's what you need to know. The U.S. Secret Service would not answer questions about Saturday's shooting, but said there would be no changes to the security plan for the Republican National Convention because it's already designated at a higher, in fact, the highest level of security possible. And the FBI special agent in charge of the Wisconsin field office, where the RNC is being held, told reporters there were no new credible threats.
Worked over the last 18 months to take information in, intelligence in, evaluate that information, and then disseminate it to both our state and local partners to address any threats. Currently, there are no known articulated threats.
Whole of government approach. We've had an extensive planning process to include many organizations building out the operational security plan.
Now, I've also confirmed that the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department has sent police officers to Milwaukee as part of that security team keeping the RNC and its delegates secure this week. I'm told that this was a routine request made months ago of the department, and this has been in the works for months. But members of the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police on the ground in Milwaukee this evening keeping the RNC safe. For now, reporting live in Washington, D.C., Nick Oxner, WBTV, on your side.
Nick, thank you.